Welcome everyone, join us today as we explore the life and legacy of John McVie, the steady backbone of Fleetwood Mac, whose bass anchored every era of the band for over 5 decades. So let's dive in. John Graham McVie, born the 26th of November 1945, in Ealing, Middlesex, England. Born to Reg and Dorothy McVie, he had a sister who died in childhood. He attended Walpole Grammar School during the challenging post-war years, with music entering his life young through the trumpet, but by age 14, guitar captured his passion. He performed Shadows-inspired instrumentals with local friends around Ealing, and soon recognized the shortage of bass players. Practically, he removed the top 2 strings from his guitar to play bass lines, until his father purchased a pink Fender Precision, the exact model used by his idol, Jet Harris of the Shadows. Leaving school at 17, John trained for 9 months as a tax inspector while building his live experience with The Strangers, rehearsing in a back room on Lammas Park Road alongside friends John and Peter Barnes, and also the Crusaders, neighborhood boys who played weddings and parties with crisp Shadows covers. By the mid-1960s, he had earned a solid reputation as a bassist on London's thriving music circuit. That momentum carried him into 1966, when John fully immersed himself in the London blues scene, centered around clubs echoing American electric blues. John Mayall recruited him for the Blues Breakers, replacing Jack Bruce on bass just as Mick Fleetwood arrived on drums. Those two quickly formed a rhythm partnership that would reshape rock history. With Peter Green having taken over guitar from Eric Clapton, John's restrained and precise bass lines shone on their landmark 1967 album A Hard Road, perfectly balancing Fleetwood's swing and Green's haunting tone. Later that year, Green left the Blues Breakers and invited Fleetwood to start a new band, cleverly naming it Fleetwood Mac, to lure John away from Mayall. John hesitated at first, valuing the security of steady work, but financial troubles at the Blues Breakers changed his mind. He joined in September, easing aside interim bassist Bob Brunning after just 5 gigs. Fleetwood Mac rapidly rose as leaders of the British blues boom, celebrated for their disciplined ensemble sound rather than flashy solos. John's bass work anchored Green's guitar lines and the band's emerging originals, and by late 1967, they were deep into recording and extensive touring. The band surged ahead in 1968 with their debut album arriving in February, a potent mix of Green's songwriting and blues roots, with John's melodic bass lines at its core. Hit singles soon followed: Black Magic Woman, Need Your Love So Bad, then Albatross, reaching UK #1 in 1969, and Man of the World close behind. That momentum carried into Mr. Wonderful later in 1968, and then Play On in 1969, gradually exploring melodic experimentation while John's rhythm section with Fleetwood remained rock solid. During this period, Fleetwood Mac and group Chicken Shack frequently appeared on the same bills, and it was in this shared touring circuit that John grew closer to Chicken Shack's pianist and vocalist Christine Perfect, responsible for chart topper I'd Rather Go Blind. While both bands worked the same clubs and festivals, the professional respect between John and Christine gradually developed into a personal relationship. Amid this rise, John married Christine in August 1968. Green's departure in 1970 amid health struggles marked the end of Fleetwood Mac's pure blues chapter. John and Fleetwood stayed as the constants through waves of lineup changes. Albums like Kilnhouse, in 1970, Future Games, in 1971, and Bare Trees, in 1972, rotated through Danny Kirwan, Jeremy Spencer, and Bob Welch. Christine contributed vocals, keyboards, and even artwork to Kilnhouse, then joined full-time shortly after for touring and Future Games. Her melodic songs, Spare Me a Little of Your Love, and Show Me a Smile, brought fresh emotional depth to the evolving sound. By 1971, Bob Welch was steering the band toward American rock influences, which culminated in their Los Angeles relocation around 1974. That period produced Penguin and Mystery to Me, both in 1973, and Heroes Are Hard to Find, in 1974, leaning further into accessible melodic rock and building toward mainstream breakthrough. Through every shift, John's quiet reliability kept the foundation steady. Late 1974 brought Welch's departure, and another pivotal moment when Mick Fleetwood discovered Lindsey Buckingham's demo, featuring Stevie Nicks. The pair auditioned on the 10th of January 1975, completing Fleetwood Mac's most iconic lineup. John's economical bass lines locked seamlessly with Fleetwood's drums, creating essential space for the layered vocals and intricate guitars that defined this era. The self-titled Fleetwood Mac, known as the White Album, climbed to #1 on the US Billboard chart in 1975, delivering hits Rhiannon, Over My Head, and Say You Love Me. Building on that triumph, album Rumours arrived in 1977, amid profound personal upheaval, including John's separation and eventual divorce from Christine, filed during their 1976 tour, and intensified by his struggles with alcoholism. Despite the heartbreak, they maintained remarkable professionalism and remained close friends throughout their lives. Rumours sold over 40 million copies worldwide, with Dreams hitting #1, alongside Go Your Own Way, You Make Loving Fun, and John's unforgettable bass riff on The Chain. Years later, he learned that song, Don't Stop, had been Christine's subtle reflection on their breakup. After Rumours, Fleetwood Mac entered a bold experimental phase with Lindsey Buckingham's ambitious double album Tusk in 1979. Though initially divisive, it sold 4 million copies and stands as a creative landmark. The band then returned to more accessible pop rock with Mirage in 1982, followed by the platinum-selling Tango in the Night in 1987, featuring massive hits, Big Love, Seven Wonders, and Everywhere. That same year brought Buckingham's abrupt mid-tour exit, but for John, a deeper personal crisis emerged, a severe alcohol-induced seizure that prompted his commitment to lifelong sobriety thereafter. Even through recovery, John remained musically active. He stepped forward with his own project called Got a Band, featuring vocalist Lola Thomas, in 1992, then lent his bass to John Mayall's Wake Up Call in 1993, Christine's solo albums, and Bluesbreakers reunions. Fleetwood Mac pressed on through the 90s with Behind the Mask in 1990, The Experimental Time in 1995, and the Platinum Say You Will in 2003. Their legacy gained official recognition with Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction in 1998. Then, in October 2013, John's colon cancer diagnosis forced the cancellation of Australia and New Zealand tour dates, but successful treatment cleared it by 2017, enabling him to complete the On With the Show farewell tour. In his personal life, John remarried in 1978 to Julie Ann Rubens, and their daughter Molly Elizabeth was born in 1989. Tragically, Julie passed away in 2024. John had owned a home in Honolulu since 2006, but sold it in March 2018 for $5.4 million, relocating permanently to his $6.7 million Brentwood estate purchased in 2017, to remain close to family. John has not toured since 2019 due to health reasons, and is now retired from live performance. Unconfirmed rumors continue to swirl about a possible Rumours 50th anniversary event in 2027. Alongside Mick Fleetwood, John McVie remains one of only 2 constants across every Fleetwood Mac release over 5 decades, a remarkable achievement that anchored their 150 million albums sold worldwide. And there you have it. From humble Ealing beginnings through blues roots, to radical reinvention and personal storms, his precise yet restrained bass provided unwavering continuity. Never one for the spotlight, John's talent, consistency and musical discipline form the true foundation of the band's extraordinary legacy, keeping him in the hearts of loyal fans and music lovers all over the world. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on your favorite artists, just like this. Take care and bye for now.